Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Jasmy update. We want to take a look at the price at one more time. As you can see that we are being stuck in a range right here, that we have resistance at the top and then we have support at the bottom here, and our support levels are starting at something like $0.0036 per Jasmy all the way down to something like $0.0033 per Jasmy. Then the resistance levels are starting at $0.0042 all the way to something like $0.0044 per Jasmy, right? So these are our support and resistance levels, but I can tell you with a high degree of certainty that the more that we are going to spend time right here, going sideways here, is the bigger the accumulation, and I think that's also the bigger the breakout is going to be, whether it's to the upside or it's going to be to the downside. But my honest opinion is we are not going to be going to the downside because we still have got a nice setup here where we are setting a higher low here, and at the same time we can actually see that we are hitting at the top of the range much more than we are hitting the bottom of the range. So in this situation you have the resistance being hit more often than the support levels here, and the more you hit your resistance or your support level is the easier it is going to be to break that resistance level, right? So that's just my bias at the moment. If we go ahead and try to get our Fib retracement to here from the very bottom here to the local top that we have, from the very bottom here to the local top that we have, we can actually see that we are being supported right around that 0.618 Fib retracement level, and that's actually a very common area to be supported with, right? So we also have a structure that is looking like a double bottom that is forming right here, although we need to actually set a higher high compared to the neckline right here. That will be something like $0.0043 per Jasmy. We haven't had that at the moment, but we are still looking that maybe this would be a double bottom that is forming right here. I was actually showing you this wake of accumulation pattern, I think it was 2 weeks ago, that we had on a 1 hourly time frame, and it's really surprising that it's still playing out. I actually was targeting the top of the range. We got there and I took out some profits right here from that my trade which I was mentioning, and I think we may still see the Jasmy price at continuing to the upside here. This is just on a 1 hourly time frame, right? So we may see continuation to the upside, but if we see the prices coming back to these levels, that's something like 0.0038 breaking and closing below 0.0037 here, this thing could also be closing to invalidation, right? So this is on a 1 hourly time frame, which is basically supporting the idea that we are accumulating here on the Jasmy price. So going back to this price set here, we can see a double bottom that is happening right here. Hopefully it carries us out here to break the resistance at something like $0.0044 per Jasmy, right? But I was also showing you the bigger picture here on the Jasmy price, which is this setup that we have, which is a falling wedge, right? Really bullish, as I always say. That's something like 66% success rate to go ahead and reach the price target, which in this situation right here, you can actually come up with 2 price targets. The first one here, which is a little bit conservative, will be something like 4.5 cents, 4.6 cents there about there, and then you can have something like 11 cents, even 12 cents there about, right? So these are the price target of this falling wedge right here, and I think we will be able to get there because really statistically this pattern actually plays out. It may take some time obviously, because as you can see right here, we already had a breakout, but the moment you have a breakout is not the moment you reach the price target, right? You can see that the price set is backtesting these support levels that we had breaking out of this falling wedge right here. So I still have those price targets in mind, and it may actually be possible that we will reach those price targets by the end of the year. If not there, I think the first quarter, maybe January, February of next year, right? So I'm actually treating this price target as my medium to long-term plan on the Jasmy price. But if you want to watch my full exit plan on Jasmy, I would encourage you to watch this video that you're going to see somewhere on the screen. Now, what we're noticing with the RSI is we've been stuck in this range is that we haven't been able to break and close above 60 here on the RSI. You can see that each and every single move that we have to the upside has just been stopped right around these levels, right? So I would actually go ahead and say that's something like 55 all the way up to something like 62 here on the RSI. We have had like big rejections right here, corresponding to big rejections on the price set as well. So this has been happening for more than a year. I've been talking about this since forever, but it seems like the Jasmy price set is respecting this. You could have actually made a lot of money if we're just selling right when we get to these levels on the RSI, right? Just shorting the Jasmy price set, but you can also see that we are being supported right around something like 40 all the way down to something like 35, I would say. These are our support levels right here, but for a bullish stance here to continue to the upside, we need to break and close above that 60-62 here on a daily time frame on the RSI, and I think that is going to be an early indication that we are going to finally break that resistance, and we'll continue to the next resistance, which is actually at something like here, which is $0.008 per Jasmy thereabout, right? So These are the two main resistances that we have at the moment, 0.0044 and $0.008 per Jasmy. So I have my fingers crossed, hoping that we will break that RSI resistance that we have there and we'll continue to the upside. I was also showing you that we have this moving average here, which is the 50 daily moving average. I was saying that is the single most important moving average on this Jasmy price, because you can see how reactionary it is, right? When price is trying to get above it, you can see, for example, on this instance here, you had a massive rejection here. You had the same thing as well here, massive rejection here, all the way to the downside here, massive rejection here, massive rejection here, massive rejection here as well. So you can go as far back as something like 18 December 2021, and this has been the single most important rejection level here when it comes to moving averages on the Jasmy price. And right now we're still being stuck under that 50 daily moving average here. We have had a few candles above, but they haven't really been decisive in my own opinion, because you can see that you break above it and then the next day you have a red candle at the downside. But let's see if we can have, consecutive candles above this 50 daily moving average. We can have a decisive moment here in my own opinion, because this is really a big rejection level here on the Jasmy price. But you could say on a positive note that this rejection that we are seeing is not as sharp as the previous rejections have been. Take a look at this example. For example, on the 1st of December 2022, you can see that this was really a massive one. So you could say on a positive note, these rejections are not as big as the ones we have seen previously. So maybe we could break, finally close a few candles above this level and continue to the upside. So the bottom line here on the Jasmy price is, the honest truth is, we are still stuck in a range here, and we need a few of those conditions to be satisfied so that we can continue to the upside. But in the immediate short term, we don't have those conditions satisfied just yet, and I think it's just a patience game, waiting for the next breakout to the upside. But of course, this is just my own opinion. None of what I say is financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say, alright? And if you like the content, don't forget to delicately tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family, and then I'll have to see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.